What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we have a quite insane shard pull event going on. Granted, progressive chance events on ancients, primals, and sacreds basically don't change the chance of you actually getting the champion by any whatsoever, but I have a slightly increased chance of getting ARMANZ, so we're going to go for a shot at him. I'm going to pull a few primals. I'm going to pull a few sacreds. I think I'm relatively close to getting a legendary from a sacred shard. Granted, mercy on sacreds is kind of irrelevant anyways. It takes so long to actually build up your mercy anyways. They ought to change that, but they really should change primals because most players are really never going to get a mythical champion anyways. But let me know, did you guys pull during this event? And if you did, what champion did you get? They have some crazy champions throughout these events. I'd say ARMANZ is going to be a very popular one. I honestly don't even know this guy's kit, but I got a feeling it's not as good as ARMANZ, Fabian, Padrig. Prisma's pretty cool, but I've not used him enough with like creativity to really know, hey, this is where the champion shines the most. So let me know if you guys have found anywhere interesting with him. He has an interesting kit, revives a dead ally with turn meter and HP, increase attack and perfect veil. Then he has the ally attack. Basically, the ally with the highest crit damage will team up and join the attack. So interesting kit, but I've not really seen him especially shining anywhere. Of course, with the Void Shards, we have the Chimera champion. Basically, if you're struggling with Chimera, you get Senna, you're struggling a little bit less. She is an incredible champion for Chimera, putting up some of the biggest damage numbers in the RSL leaderboards. Let me go over here and click real quick and check this out. If we go to the Ultra Nightmare Senna teams, you'll see the top teams, 1.2 billion damage there. We scroll down a little bit. We have teams doing 1.something billion damage just on the damage. The Chimera Clash points, 18 billion plus points. The number one record with Senna is 24 billion points in Chimera Clash, which is basically those personal reward chests at the bottom multiple times over. Granted, you can only claim one section of them per week, but it's still way overkill as far as the damage. Crazy stuff. Granted, Senna is not in the highest trial teams. That's not really her goal, not really her purpose. She alone doesn't cover a ton of trials. She does a few if she reses allies. She's really just boosting the turn meter a extreme amount from this continuous heal being placed. The passive, whenever a continuous heal activates, fills a turn meter of all allies by 5%. Her A1 is activating continuous heals as well. So basically, your champions are just getting boosted like the Energizer Bunny. I'm going to try to pull for her. I got a few Void Shards. I'm not going to pull all of them, I don't think. We'll pull a few. Unfortunately, I did not... what the heck? I can't go to the tavern? Why can Sigfrid not go to the tavern? Oh, he's in a team, I guess. I have Fire Knight running in the background here. We'll go through and feed some of these champions real fast. Sorry about this. But make some space. Feed some champs. Don't watch this. We're just going to get rid of some rares like this. Not going to use them for... rank up stuff, but now we have about 40 spots. So we're going to see what we can get here. Let's actually go ahead and just feed the last 3. I got some Fire Knight stuff running in the background. I am going to go for the fusion. Figure why not. I do have to do every single event past this one because I missed the first 2, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and see, guys. Sorry for the delay here, but we have 3 minutes into the video. I'll leave a timestamp down below if you guys just want to jump straight to the shard pulls. But let's get into this. ARMANZ would be amazing. He is a champion who I blamed my... lack of success in live arena on. Not really, though he is a champion who's super frustrating to go against, to be fair. I'm not really sure how much I would use him even if I had him. I mean, he's an amazing champion, but with Wand of Submission going to be even more prevalent whenever the vote goes through on Wand of Submission. Here's an ARMANZ. That's not ARMANZ. That's not what he looks like. Iron Brago. No, your face is how my face feels right now. Just pure disappointment. He's a good champion, not a champion you want to see typically come out of the portal when you're pulling for ARMANZ. But he is a good champion. AoE attack with some provoking stuff. We have the single target increased defense on all allies. Places a stun. Good for faction wars. If you're looking for some champions for hard mode faction wars, you're probably going to be considering Iron Brago. I haven't made any videos talking about hard mode faction wars though, because we don't know what the trials and stuff are going to be requiring. So I feel like there's no real reason to do that. But he could be meeting some of the requirements for getting the, better rewards. We're going to pull this last Sacred. I'm not going to go any deeper on the Sacreds. How many do we need for the Summon Rush? I may be about max. Okay. I don't want to go too far over on this because it is a progressive event. If I max it out good, we have a mythical skill tome here. I'll probably just try to pick that up and then not go too far past that. We're going to pull 4 Primal Shards. There's not any boosted rates or anything, but I got a feeling I'm going to get something pretty crazy here. Maybe a, I don't know, Galathier or a Nice. I pulled a Commodus a few weeks ago just from a single pull outside of a 10x event. So now I feel like Raid's going to give me good rates. They're not. They're not going to give me good rates. But let's see. Last shard. Decent points here. We got an epic champion. Big epic champion at that. Where we at as far as this event goes? Not this event. This event. Okay, so we almost got that, which is kind of expensive to be honest. Now we're going to pull a few voids. I want to save for potential guarantees, but I'm starting to lose hope that there's going to be any guaranteed events anyways. Senna would be huge, but I did just recently pull Iyasu. So I got a feeling there's not going to be any gold coming out of this. We'll skip this one, but Senna would be amazing to get. I'm almost considering pulling more void shards for Senna, just because void 10x is one that's actually decent. This is actually really good epic rates so far. Really good epic rates. Next 10 pull has to be Senna. Just because the rates are looking good, next 10 pull, it's going to be a Senna. Let's see. Let's go ahead and see her pop out. I will probably pull another Sacred, maybe 2. They're probably my best chance at ARMANZ. And outside these Summon Rush events, that's going to be the best place to use them. I do have to save them for this upcoming Heroes Path, though. So I got to be careful with my resources until then. Nothing. Let's pull it down for the... we'll do 2 more pulls real quick. Man, not great stuff, but I'm not going to go all in with the shards necessarily. I want to save stuff for upcoming events. I could get more voids, but the thing is with the progressives, I've pulled 400 plus shards for people before going for a champion during progressives, and you would think that that would hit the champion for them, and it doesn't always. Actually, the time I did that, it did not hit the champion for them, unfortunately. So you just never know. Progressives with voids is the best chance, but I was pulling during a progressive for Siphi. We got to the 20x, and we still didn't get Siphi. We got legendaries, but no Siphi. It may have even been on a 2x event as well. But either way, let's go ahead and pull these. How close will that get me? I do want to go ahead and get the Mythical Tome. Okay, well, we're going to be probably overkilling this a little bit. Not too bad, though. We're just basically going 1 Sacred over, which is a decent amount, but we still have shards for other events. I want to keep it that way. There we go. ARMANZ, ARMANZ, ARMANZ. No, Kreela. That is not an ARMANZ. That is Kreela Witch Arm. All right. I was going to make a dad joke, but then I decided not to do that. Okay, no, dang it. That is not what I'm looking for. 25x chance on the ARMANZ. Not getting him today. Not going to pull any more Sacreds for him. Did get 2 legendaries, though. Are either one of those legendaries going to do anything for me? I got a feeling no. Iron Brago is probably plenty of him, and then Kreela also plenty of her. So what we're going to do with these champions is go to the token trader, unbind champions. Why can I not just sort by... This is kind of a silly way to organize this, to be honest, isn't it? Kreela, okay, unlock her. Let's go ahead and poof her into some coins. There is a reason behind this. There's a Genzen in the shop right now who I would actually like to have, because my Genzen, I've used him in some Fire Knight stuff, so I could empower him, and he could be +3, I believe it is. So that could be worth it. Iron Brago has no use, unfortunately. At a +1, we already have a +4, so this one, we actually have a +1 as well. What the heck? Is there 1 plus another one? Was there even more than what I thought? Where's this Iron Brago at on here? Let's see. Where is... Okay, well, I don't know where he's at. All right, let's just go ahead and get rid of him. There we go. 2 champions fed. Very cool stuff. Exciting moments inside of Raid Shadow Legends. Now, this Iron Brago, did I miss one? Oh, yeah, there's 3. Okay, so there we go. All right, guys, well, there are the pulls for today. Unfortunately, nothing game-changing. Iron Brago plus Kreela, both go in here. The token trader, really nothing super exciting here. The Genzen, I will try to pick up because my Genzen, I think, is 6-star. Let's see. Genzen, yeah, 6-star blessing. I could use him in Fire Knight. He's good, really good for some speed teams. But the Fire Knight team I'm currently using is Newts with Siegfried, basically. So it works out fantastic, honestly. But Kreela, if you did pull her for your first time, she is a good champion. And once again, a champion who actually could... Basically, I'm pulling Orc Faction War champions. She's a really good champion as well. Brings the ally attack on the A2, increase attack and increase crit rate on the A3. and then a A1 ability. I think her stuff has a decent multiplier, but I used to use her a lot in, I think my very first raid account is when I used her the most. But in Faction Wars, getting through it, she was very helpful for that. Placing that stun, of course, booking it up gives the 3 allies a chance to join in. It is the random allies, but if you're bringing champions like Vrask into Faction Wars, where his A1 is going to heal other champions based on his HP, so that's pretty awesome. Then we have other orcs that I can't think of off the top of my head that are also great with their A1 abilities. So we did basically pull Faction War champions here. So in prep for the upcoming Faction Wars, we got two not new champions, but 2 champions nonetheless. I kind of want to pull some ancients though. Let's pull 3. Not gonna get anything from this, I don't think. I am pretty fresh off of legendaries on ancients as well as voids. Like Iasu was pulled fairly recently. Then I got a legendary from an ancient, I think, not too long ago as well. Maybe from the extra legendary event. I did like 110 pull and got a legendary. So I'm pretty far from anything on everything basically. So I'm not gonna go too hard on this. And as far as, you know, like wailing on void shards, I have champions that can make good chimera teams doing a lot of trials. Won't be as high of damage as Senna would bring, but there's just, I don't see a reason to wail out on void shards at the moment when, to be honest, things like primal shards are going to make just the biggest difference in my account. Also, there's not any crazy good void deals at the moment. We have this one, $80 for 30, which is $2.60 per, which is on the more expensive side of things. We don't have any other like especially amazing deals. If we had some with gems, maybe it'd be a different story. But either way, let me know if you guys are pulling. Let me know if you're going for this fusion. Like I said, I plan to go for it. Unfortunately, the upcoming event, it's not a good fusion. It's an expensive fusion. But the reason why I'm going to go for it is because I do have Fina on my account, and she is an amazing champion for Hydra. She's great for Chimera, and she's a faction leader for High Elves. So to have her, I figured that this champion may eventually possibly be using a team for Fina. So fusion champion, I can get it. Might as well go for it, right? But if you don't have her, or if you don't think you're going to ever get her, I could see how he's a little bit less motivating. But I'm also curious if this champion could do some decent damage if he was optimized more with his A2 skill. We'll see. I may test him out some more on the test server. But either way, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. Thank y'all very much for watching. Stay tuned. I'll probably be streaming later today as well if you guys want to swing by over there. Probably around 3 or so. But either way, guys, thank y'all for watching. Maybe around 4. We'll see. Catch y'all in the next one, though.